Welcome back to another video. Whoever has done the rain dance, that has finally worked, thank you. We have had about 4 solid days of consistent rain. Not too heavy, so it's been nice, steady, consistent rain, and it has done absolutely wonders for the ground. So now it is so much easier to get these horses worked of a day, because even here the Badrick arena was just so dusty where it hadn't rained for literally like 2 months. So we have cleared this out now, and I've got more space to use it, which will benefit Gambler so much, and Willow of course. But we are really working hard on getting Gambler to be a ridden show horse, making him easier to ride. He is the laziest Welsh Section D I have ever met, and that in itself makes him such a safe horse to ride, yet such a hard horse to ride, because if you stop riding, he literally will stop. And he's hard because you're constantly got to be on him. He's been like this all his life. Even as a driving horse, he was slow and steady. So this is nothing new with Gambler. We know this is his type of mentality. So yeah, trying to make him a ridden show horse is so frustrating. It is so hard. And of course, all his life, all he's really done is in-hand showing and driving. He's done the odd bit of ridden, but that was just to break him to ride. He's never been schooled. So trying to school him now just proves to us how little he actually knows with the ridden. He's got no idea of what putting your leg on means to go forward, because driving, it's all done on the voice. In hand, again, it's all done really on the voice. So he has no idea of leg. We have had to completely go back to the basics of getting on, halt, squeeze your legs, get him to move forward. That's how far down we've had to go. So he's getting the hang of that now, moving forward from halt to walk, walk to trot. That's what we've cracked. The cantering is not pretty. It's still, the transitions are awful, but we're getting canter. And then he, of course, driving horse in hands when horses don't canter. So he's very much trying to find where his legs are in the canter. So it's so messy. But I'm going to set up a simple exercise out here today to really get him bending, listening to my leg, working on straightness, the basics. Basically, he has no idea what, if I put my right leg on, that I actually mean for him to go over to the left. He has no idea on how to bend round your leg or nothing. So we are going to the complete basics. So I'm going to put a few poles out, and if I could find the cones, or there's the flower pots, but if you've watched it previously, we know what he's like with flower pots. Just simple exercise that we can do in walk and trot. I won't attempt it in canter yet, because I think that's just far too much for him. He'd never get the turns and pick up the canter. But hopefully it will just work on his straightness through the poles, bending round a corner, trying to get him to listen to my leg and not drift in. So yeah, starting with the basics of schooling. He's got, bless him, he tries his hardest, he really does, but he just has no idea what we're asking. I'm going to set this up now, so when I get back later, all I've got to do is bring him in from the field, brush him off, and get straight out here. as I say, it's so simple, but basically we can do straight lines and head over the pink pole. Come down here so we can, I'll shut that gate later. Go over the centre of the pink pole for straight centre lines. I do need to try and find the cones to put down here, so then you will sort of work round the pole, coming up the diagonal, go this way over the green pole up to this side of the flower pot, and get him to really bend around my leg and not drift in. He's very clever and tries to use the least amount of the school as possible, and always makes circles smaller. So around this flower pot then, and you can go down here to the blue pole on the diagonal, just really aiming them for the centre of the poles. And again, I'll get another cone or something down the bottom about here, so then I can bend him round this corner again up that way. Such a simple exercise, because I don't want to make things too complicated for him, because he literally is starting like a newly broken ridden horse. But then we can really work on the centre lines, the straightness, and bending around the corners. And then I've got enough space to circle him and everything in the middle without going over a pole or something. So yeah, I'm going to find those cones. They were here the other day. If not, I'll put a log down in the corner just to work round. But yeah, that's the plan for this afternoon. Right, I really don't know where they've put the cones. They were here the other day. There's a pile of like 6 of them. But I found some cavaletti ends, so we're going to put them in the corners, just so I have a visual point that I want to work him round. At the moment, I'm pulling him quite far in, so it makes the corner bigger to make it as easy as we can for him. As he gets fitter and stronger, might be a bit far out, we can pull it more into the fence line to make the corner tighter for him. But yes, we've got 4 points to work. It's so hard to point on a camera, to go round here, round that, and up that side. I don't know what, because everything's so back to front on the camera. But yes, that's that simple exercise. We'll see what he makes of it later. I'm going to go home, grab lunch, grab his tack and come down. I'm also going to try him in his old GP saddle today. When I jumped him the other day, I was in the showing saddle, no security whatsoever at all. But I do have his old GP saddle at home, because we wanted to make him a ridden show horse. I got him this show saddle, which is perfectly fine, but for the jumping side of it, it's no good to jump in. So we're going to try the GP saddle back on him today to see whether we can. It's a comfier saddle. The showing saddle's so uncomfortable for me. We can do the schooling in it and the jumping in it. So we're going to try that on him later. When we bought him the showing saddle, the GP one, we were then using for Donut. We were hoping Donut is going to fill out and grow into this saddle. So we never done any adjustments to it, waiting for Donut to fill out anyway. So technically it should go straight on Gambler. I have spoke to the saddle fitter. She is currently at the Royal International Horse Show. So she says it should be perfectly fine to fit on him straight away. He never changes shape. There's not much change to him, but she will, when she gets back, then come out and just check it for us. So yeah, I'm going to go home, grab lunch, and we'll be back again later So I've just got back to the yard now, and although it is still warm, it looks like it's absolutely going to chuck it down with rain. So it's hard to know how to dress for this weather, isn't it? I want my coat on so I don't get wet, but I don't need my coat on because it's so hot. But yeah, just going to grab him in from the field now, brush him off, tack him up, and we'll get out and see what he thinks of this exercise. Gamby, you ready? Come on.